Welcome to the third tutorial on living the Muslim life. We will look at praying in Islam, including times, direction and movements, as well as prayer in the mosque and at home. The Quran says that humans have been created to worship Allah. Anything that involves devotion for the sake of Him is considered as worship, but the daily act of prayer is the highest form of worship. It is the second pillar of Islam. Muslims believe all prophets of Allah taught their followers about worship. Salah has existed since the time of Muhammad, who showed Muslims how to pray. They believe they can communicate directly with Allah to establish a close and personal relationship. Muslims use Salah to ask for help in difficult times. They also see keeping up regular prayer as a way to stop themselves doing things that are haram. On the Day of Judgment, the first question Allah will ask them is about Salah. Muslims make sure they clean themselves before entering into conversation with Allah in prayer. They believe washing their face, hands, mouth and feet prepares them physically, as well as spiritually, for Salah. This washing is known as ablution or wu'du. The Quran tells Muslims they should pray 5 times a day, at set times. Sometimes they may have to combine prayers to work around other commitments. Shia Muslims usually pray 3 times a day, combining prayer, as they say Muhammad did the same. Muslims pray facing Mecca, which is where the Kaaba is located. The direction of prayer is called Qibla. Each salah is made up of a set of sequence of actions and prayers, known as a rakah. There are different postures in each rakah. Although salah can be offered anywhere, most Muslims pray in a mosque or at home. A mosque is dedicated to worshipping Allah. Prayers in a mosque create unity and strengthen the spiritual and social bond between Muslims. There are rules, like performing wu'du, covering their heads, remove shoes. They also have to switch off any devices like mobile phones to prevent possible disturbance. They must enter calmly, greet others and maintain silence before Salah starts. The azan is said to proclaim the start of the prayer. Salah is led by an imam. Muslims pray shoulder to shoulder, which symbolizes unity and equality. Men and women pray in separate areas. Home should be a place for spirituality for Muslims, as well as the mosque. In some communities, women don't pray at the mosque, only at home. Muslims still perform wu'du before prayer and have a designated clean area in the house to pray in. Jummah prayer is a special congregation held on every Friday in the mosque. There are many blessings linked to the Jummah prayer, as it is an opportunity for sins to be forgiven. In the exam, you might be asked to outline 3 purposes of prayer or describe 2 differences in worship between Islam and Christianity. You might also be asked to argue for and against whether Salah is the most important pillar of Islam. Muslims believe worship is the purpose of human creation. Salah is a daily act of prayer and is the second pillar of Islam. Salah is mostly performed in the mosque and sometimes at home or work.